Put it out there for just a couple minutes to see if more people come. Okay, just give it a couple minutes. See if we get some more people. There's one person on.
Hey, Frankie.
That's really
Frankie, or Nicole. Oh yeah, that stuff's just so good. It's better than some. If you shake it up, it'll fizz all over. Like
okay. Alright, so where's our comments? Okay. Alright. Welcome to Ramblin' Live. And this is Thursday Night Fun with Marty and Marilyn. I haven't done a live stream in a while, and so I thought it was time. And so here we are. Give a couple minutes to get some more people coming in here, hopefully. Hopefully we'll have a good crew, but even if it's just one, it looks like we have Frankie here. Hey Frankie, welcome to the show. Welcome to the party, everyone. So, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do like a little welcome and update here, and we'll tell you what the lineup's gonna be for the live stream here, and then we'll get it going. So, I haven't done a live stream in a while. I don't know when the last one I did, a couple of months ago, and I used to do them all the time on Saturdays, and just haven't been doing them. Not many people watching, and most of you know that I kind of slowed down making videos. I used to make 3, 4, 5 videos a week, and I really enjoy it, but I work a lot, and I don't get paid to do YouTube. It's just a hobby, and I enjoy it, but just trying to slow down a little bit, give people more time to watch my videos, so one video a week or every other week.
and so you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, and so I enjoy just living life. I don't need to make a video about everything, but it is fun. But so I have a lot of video ideas and a lot of things coming up, woodworking, outdoor adventures, and different things, but I'll keep doing videos. But please go watch my older videos, over 600 videos, and I'll keep making more. But anyway, okay, so welcome to the live stream. And when I do a live stream, it's always fun with my wonderful wife for us to do it together. So I'm Marty.
I'm Marilyn.
And gotta speak up because we have the truck. Oh, hey, Robert's here too. Yes, Frankie and Robert.
And one other person.
And one other person that we don't know. So if you're not registered with YouTube, or you're not signed up for YouTube or signed in, then we can't see you. But we know you're watching, and that's all matter. It doesn't matter. But if you want to sign in or sign up, then we can see you, and then you can comment too. So here's the thing. I can ramble all day. We all know that. And she can ramble a little bit too, but I'm a rambler. She's the mosey, right? I'm Rambler and she's Mosey. Robert says happy birthday. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's my wonderful wife's birthday today. She is 64 years young. I said 65 this morning, but
I wish 65 because I want to be 65. Sorry. Yeah.
So, and where we at I think it's, I don't know the name of the town here, but we're just east of Springfield, Illinois. And we're actually empty. So I'm a truck driver, most of you know that. And I know we got Robert and Frankie and whoever it was left. I don't know, the other person. But I know a lot of people will watch the replay, so I'm gonna just talk like it's the whole world watching. And so we're empty, and tomorrow morning we're gonna load in Decatur, Illinois, just about 35 minutes from here, and it's going to Oregon. So that'll be a good run. So it's about 80 degrees out, the sun's out. It's been kind of cloudy and rainy the last few days, so it's nice to have the sun. But I'm ready for fall. I don't like summer, y'all know that. But the truck is running, and I have the AC on, so let us know how the video and the audio is. I could turn the truck off, but then we'd get warmer. And
You know how Marty does with warm.
yeah. She has a sweatshirt. I'm ready to take my shirt off, but you don't want me to take my shirt off. I mean, trust me, So, okay, and so the lineup, just real quick. Marilyn's going to share the scripture. I like to start out with the scripture at the beginning of my live streams, and then I'll have a final quote at the end. And I didn't pick one, so I'll just make one up. Today we're gonna talk about truck driving, and it was her idea. So she has a list of a whole bunch of questions she's gonna ask me, and
he thinks it's gonna be less than an hour.
Oh yeah, we'll stick to an hour, unless you're all here and we're having fun. We'll go 2, 3, 4 hours, but I mean, and so she's gonna ask questions, and you know me, we'll probably go on rabbit trails and everything, but then I'm gonna ask her a few questions. Then I'm gonna answer some viewer questions and have a little bit of show and tell, just a few things people wanted to see. And then I have a couple questions for you all, and then we'll end the show. So we'll go at least an hour. And here's the thing. The thing I like about live streams, what makes it different than a regular video, is you guys talking. So please comment, please ask questions, and you can ask questions throughout the whole thing. You don't have to wait till the end. Please ask questions. Also, please give it a thumbs up if you like the live stream. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it and you haven't subscribed. Please share and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so what do you have to drink? We each have a drink. So we were gonna do like a charcuterie meal, but we decided we went to a Chinese buffet. It was really good.
Yeah, no more food.
And so no, we're done till tomorrow. So, but we each got a drink. What do you have for a drink?
I have a kombucha, and if anybody knows how to get it stirred up, because the stuff goes on the bottom, I've done it before, and it like
slowly.
It fizzes
but
like.
Now just give it a while before it
fizzes like pop, and so like when you shake pop, it goes.
Yeah, just wait. No, wait 10 minutes to open it. What flavor? What flavor is it?
It is passion fruit tangerine.
Ooh, yeah, passion. We like passion. Boy, last night we had. I'm sorry. Don't open it yet, or we're gonna have passion all over. Ah! Oh my God, sorry. I'm sorry. She doesn't like when I share that stuff, but it's all part of the
personal.
fun. It's all part of the fun, though. You gotta love it. We're all family here.
It's personal.
Okay, and I'm drinking this. I'm drinking a Celsius. I like these. Cherry.
He might be wearing it.
Cherry limeade. So.
Do you think he'd look good in it?
Okay, let's just move on from that. Okay, you want to share the scripture?
I will.
Gotta love the spice. There's the spice. Sometimes it's bad spice, but sometimes it's good spice. And gotta love that spice.
Anyway, it's Philippians 4, 12 and 13. I know what it is to be in. I know what it is to be in circumstance. I'm reading it wrong. Sorry. Philippians 4, 12 and 13. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether in well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all things through him who gives me strength.
Amen. That's one of the first verses I memorized years ago, and actually it was just 4:13, not 4:12, but that's good too to remember. It is so good. There's a lot of Philippians that's really good. I have most of it underlined, and same with James. Philippians, one of my favorite books of the Bible.
That's good.
If anybody has any thoughts on that, I'd like to know who the third person is. So Robert's on here, and okay, Robert's on here, Frankie's on here, and somebody else is on here. So as you come on, tell us. Let me think. Tell us. Well, we're kind of talking about trucking and woodworking, or trucking and jobs. What about? Tell us what you did for a living when you were working, or if you're still working, like your main job, or if you had a bunch of jobs. And then where you're from, the city and state you're from. I know we know you, Frankie and Robert, we know you, but everybody else doesn't. And whoever that third person is, you can pop in or sign in so we know who you are. But anyway,
we have a couple friends that might come. I have a friend, Nicole. She asked, she's like, I love you guys' live streams. Could you and Marty do a live stream? So, yeah.
So, hi, Nicole, if you're watching.
And then our friends Sheila and Brian.
Yep. Hi, guys. So we don't know who will be watching. Again, more people watch the replay than watch the live, but hopefully we'll get more people pop in here. Also, I got one of my favorite do-rags on. I try to wear a do-rag during live streams. This is my camel one that my honey got me because, well, yeah, I had a nice hanky bandana in my pocket.
I had to use it.
So we were in the woods.
He got a nude. Yeah.
We didn't have toilet paper, so I sacrificed it.
Anyway.
So she's wearing a do-rag for the first time. How does she look? This is a Route 66. And we're actually right off of Route 66. We're right off of 72 and 55. But I think she looks good in it. Okay. What Robert says, Philippians is one of my favorites too. And he said, I had many jobs. Oh, it's fading out here. Had many jobs. Current one is town historian. Robert from Fulton, New York. New York. Okay, so again, comment and like and subscribe and all that. Ask questions as we go. Hey, we got a fourth person. Welcome. Let us know who you are and what job you have or had. And my wife is going to ask, 20 questions or so about truck driving, and I'm going to answer. So this is going to be fun.
So I thought, you have an idea of what it is to truck drive. You have no clue until you go. And so coming with him has really opened my eyes to how much goes into it. So the first question is, how do you plan your day? How do you start your day? And how do you plan it? Like, first how you start your day and how you plan your stops.
Okay. So, well, I'm a big planner and organizer anyway, you know that. So I'm always thinking the day before what I'm going to do. So I just get up in the morning and I think, okay, how far do I need to go? Like whether I'm going to get a load or I'm already loaded and I just got to drive. And then how long is it going to take? I try to decide how many miles I want to drive, when I want to be done driving. Hey, we're up to 6 people. Welcome, everyone. How far I want to drive and what time I want to be done, and then just kind of plan it and where I'm going to stop and fuel, where I'm going to do different things like that. Like for example, tomorrow, just in general, we're going to get up about 6, get a coffee here at the TA.
We're sleeping in till 6.
Yeah, get up at 6, get a coffee at the TA here, and then be to Decatur about 7. Our appointment's not till 10, but the earlier the better. I always like to be early, and if we could get loaded early, that'd be good, because we're driving all the way to Oregon. Okay, so go to Decatur, get loaded. I'm just guessing, I'll have to look at the miles, but I'm guessing we'll be in Nebraska by the end of the day tomorrow. I'm hoping. Yeah, probably fuel up around Kansas City or something, or Omaha. I do my pre-trip in the morning. Usually fuel up once a day. I stop and go to the bathroom every hour and a half usually. If I have extra time, I'll stop and get a hike or stop and do something, but it just, every day is different really, but that's the basics.
And this is interesting, your truck stop guide.
Yeah, this is a truck stop guide, and it's all tatted, this one. We got a newer one too. But it basically, that one looks better. It just shows where rest areas and truck stops are. And yeah, you can use GPS too, but I just like using this, and it's an easy reference. But what were you going to say about it?
Oh, I'm just saying that's kind of a tool that you use to plan.
Yep, because we'll be on 72, and then we'll be on the back roads of Missouri, then we'll be on I-80 for a couple of days, so just looking there at what's coming up, and
And what, how do you plan? What do you do when there's night deliveries? Like 2 o'clock in the morning deliveries.
I don't like those ones. Here, I'm going to tip this up just a hair. I don't like night deliveries at all. I like to, well, for loading and delivering, I like to do it in the morning. That's just, I don't like the middle of the night things because, first of all, I like to be there the night before I'm going to unload. So if I'm going to unload at 5 a.m., like the one in Oregon's going to be 5 a.m., I'm going to be there the night before. Well, sometimes they're like 2 a.m. That's what the Florida ones are like, and I hate those. You got to unload at 2 in the morning. So that means I got to be there early the day before, try to get my 10-hour break in, and then sleep, get up at 1 a.m., and then I got to drive over to where I'm going to unload from the truck stop, and maybe I don't have my hours in yet, you know, and that gets really tricky to do that. And I'm tired, I didn't sleep well, unload in the middle of the night, then you have to go find a parking spot in the middle, you know, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It messes up your whole day. Everything is hard, and I don't like delivering in the middle of the night at all. It just really challenges.
Explain your hours, because it's not like you can drive how many hours you want.
So basically, you can drive. Okay, you can be on duty 70 hours in 7 days, basically, and you can only be on duty 14 hours a day, and then you have to take a 10-hour break. So it's 14 on and 10-hour break, 14 because that's 24 hours a day. Within 14 hours, you can drive 11 hours, and then you have a couple hours for unloading, loading. You're still on duty, but you're not driving. So you can drive 11 hours a day. You can be on duty total 14 hours a day, and then you need to take a 10-hour break.
And you don't think about that when, I mean, it's a big deal doing a double at 16 hours a day, but you do up to 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's huge.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's even longer when you figure that you get up at a half hour, 2 hours before you start your day.
Yeah.
And then you're up for a couple hours after. I mean, yeah.
And you prefer early mornings getting up?
Yeah, I like to get up at 5, 6 o'clock. I don't really like getting up before 5 because that feels like it's the middle of the night. But I like 5, 6 o'clock, start by 7. I like to be done by 6 so I can eat dinner at a good hour and be done. Have the evening to hang out, read, watch a movie, go for a hike, do something, get a good night's sleep, and get up early. I don't like driving at night and sleeping during the day. I don't like splitting my hours. I like to, start early, be done early. And trucking has changed. So I started trucking 23 years ago. And I did a couple other jobs. I quit for a little while. So I've basically been trucking 20 years, but I've been a truck driver for 23 years. It's changed a lot. It used to be really pushy and really stressed that you had to, they pressured you to drive over hours and drive when you're tired and legally and all that. I never liked to do that. I was always honest, safe, and legal. And nowadays it's not as stressed. They give you more time and you get more downtime and stuff.
And it's digital, right? You have
so it used to be paper logs. Now it's all e-log, and it's easier. Like right now, I got 51 hours left of my 70 hours. It's going to take about 32 hours to get to Oregon. I'll have 20 hours left or so, 15 hours probably, but then I'll start earning hours back. So after you use up your 70, you have to take a 34-hour break, and I usually take more than that. Hopefully I can be home longer than that, or you can keep driving on recap hours.
Yeah, and that's confusing to me, is that you earn back as many hours as you drove.
Yeah, so
the first one.
So when did we leave? Did we leave on Thursday? I think we left on Thursday. What day is this?
No, not
this
Thursday.
This is Friday, no?
No, Wednesday.
We left on Wednesday. That means I'll start earning hours back on the 8th day, which is next Thursday. So I'll reload on Wednesday, but then by the time I get, if I reload in Washington, by the time I get to Montana, I'll get the hours I drove this past Wednesday, I'll get them on next Thursday. It gets kind of weird, but
So when you get up, you can't just get up and drive, right? You have to do some...
I usually gotta go to the bathroom and get dressed
And get a coffee. Oh,
yeah,
that's
I gotta
the
have coffee.
thing I learned this morning, even going across the drive.
So I get up. I usually go to the bathroom right away, get dressed. Yeah, I get coffee, have my devotions, do my pre-trip, and do it in that order. I mean, don't like leave getting dressed as your last thing you do. You want to do that before you go outside and do your pre-trip.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get up, go to the bathroom, get dressed. I always get a coffee in the truck stop, or I make a coffee in here. I have my devotions always. Then I do my pre-trip and then start driving.
What is a pre-trip?
Just checking over the whole truck. I mean, looking at everything. And I do it pretty quick, 10-15 minutes, but I'm always looking at the truck, so I'm always looking for things. But you want to check your lights, your mirrors, you want to check for leaks, oil leaks, water leaks. You want to check that the tires are all good. Look, everything, the truck, and you check your fluids, check the truck and the trailer, everything all around, the lights, the mirrors, everything is in good condition before you start driving. And I do a quick one in the morning, quick one at night. I'm always looking though. When I fuel up, I'm looking, I'm watching everything. I'm always keeping an eye on everything. But yeah, you need to do that legally.
So who all is involved? So you think, okay, it's just you get a load and you go to the load. That's all that is your part. But who else? Because you have like the dispatch and you have
overall, you mean like all
and the people,
okay.
the receiver.
So that I know of. Okay, so there's my boss. He owns the company. He's running the whole company. Then there's the main dispatcher, AJ. He's the one I talk to. Then we have 4 or 5 other dispatchers, and then 2 of the ladies that work in the office do all the paperwork and handle all the finance stuff and all that. That's
so
our
dispatcher does what?
That's my company. So the dispatcher gets the loads and tells who to take them. I don't even know what's all into that. That's a whole job in itself. But they figure find loads and make sure they pay enough. They got to pay enough for the driver, for the fuel, all the stuff on the vehicles, on the trucks, and you got to make a profit. And sometimes they don't pay. Right now, a lot of things aren't paying, and it's really sad. It's really hard to do. But then there's other people involved too. So you got logistics. So you have warehouses, you have places, the shippers. Well, first of all, you have somebody who wants something somewhere. They want some corn, so they pay a shipper somewhere to load corn, or a warehouse to load corn, and they're going to pay them. Well, then they have to pay a trucking company, and the trucking company has to pay the truck drivers, and then they go and they load it and they take it there. Then there's a receiver. They have to the receiver has to get paid to unload it and then deliver it to what. There's so many people involved, and then I pull a reefer, and it's mostly food that I haul. And like today we did a whole load of French fries to a food shelf in St. Louis, so it's kind of neat. And so then there's all the people at the grocery stores that are involved, and all those smaller delivery drivers, and so many people are involved. I mean, and then there's the people, the enforcement officers at the scales, and there's so many people involved in the trucking industry. It's a major, big part of the U.S., of the world, really.
So it makes me feel guilty when I think about it, for grabbing about 89 cents for an avocado. Or when it goes up to $1.25, it's like, there's so much that goes into it. That you had the grower, you had the picker, you had just all.
Yeah, there's so much. Get caught up on the chat here a little bit. So hey, Dave, welcome. You're from Ohio. That's right. Where in Ohio? Because we have our friend Lynn. He's from Perrysburg by Toledo. And Robert says, we now know how you end it with passion fruit drinks. Huh?
We're not doing it.
Oh,
We're not opening that.
We're not opening that can of worms. Anyway, Oh gosh, this is fun. So please ask your questions and comments, and we'll check them as we go here. So welcome to the show if you're just joining us. This is fun.
It boggles my mind how you can start from Minnesota and go to California or Florida and do it within 5 minutes. 5 minutes!
Oh, it takes me longer than 5 minutes to get there.
No, you are there within 5 minutes of your
Well,
time.
so that's all planning, and so I like to.
do that.
I want to be on time. If you're not on time, it costs money, and there's fines and everything, and then everybody else is late, and everybody. So you want to be on time. I am very big on being on time. I do not like being late. I just don't like being late.
As he looks at me because I'm
No,
always fashionable.
it's okay.
Late.
In
I've
fact,
been better.
I don't know
He's
what's
helped me.
fashionable. I don't know what's fashionable about it, by the way. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. I love you. But we're all different. But I like to be on time. No, actually, I don't like to be on time. I like to be early. So I always try to be early.
That's the thing.
Sometimes I'm
used to
hours early. I'm hours early. But sometimes I'm just on time. And that's God to get me through all the things. I mean, going to California, it's 3 days basically. All the traffic, all the weather, all the ups and downs, all the stops. Even my decisions on, okay, I could have driven another 5 miles or 50 miles. I mean, all the different decisions of where to start and stop and all the different things and all the ups and downs, and then to get there 5 minutes right before. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I give all the glory to God. I do. And I just try to do my best and stay ahead and not waste time, and but I don't speed either. You know, and
But you do, and this is a good thing. This was one of those questions. Let me see if I come and get my glasses. Is how do you not get crazy? You know, how
get
do you
crazy? Oh, look at me. I'm a crazy.
So when you're, I love you. When he's doing that, he's been in the truck too long.
Yeah, I spend way too much. My stuffed animals on the dash talk. You've all seen that. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I actually gave them away again. I keep giving them away to my grandkids. I gotta get new ones this Christmas. Anyway.
So, in order to
Rabbit
not
trails.
get crazy, what do you do to help keep yourself not crazy? Because being in an enclosed space.
Well, okay. A few
for
things.
Days.
I talk to you. It's a blessing to be able to talk and FaceTime. We talk a lot. Talk to my kids, grandkids, my pastor, friends. I have a fun chat where I talk to a few friends almost every day. That's a huge blessing. I'm always in prayer. I'm always talking to God. I just try to make the most of every day and live life fully, like I say. But it's also having hobbies. I have a few hobbies, as you know. There's truck drivers who, and there's nothing wrong with this, but they drive truck all day, then they watch a movie or go get in trouble or do something, go to bed, and they just get up the next day and they're tired and crabby, and that's all they do is drive and work. I can't do that. I gotta live life fully every day. So so I have a TV in here. I have DVDs, I have movies, I have books to read, I have my Bible, but I also have my mandolin I can play. I haven't played it in a while. I gotta play my mandolin and practice. I have my backpack, so if I get a chance to go for a hike, I'll go for a hike. I don't do that much in the summer, and I haven't for a while, but I'll go for a hike. I'll sit outside and make a coffee, make a meal. I have my little carving kits, so I'll carve spoons. Sometimes I bring my scroll saw. I'll do some scroll saw woodworking. You know, go for walks, go for runs. You know, make videos. That's a big thing. Being able to make YouTube videos keeps me from going crazy and sharing my life. And so keeping busy and making the most of every day in my downtime. I look forward to the end of the day of driving all day so I can do something I enjoy. And I don't always. Sometimes I'm so tired, just go in the bunk and watch a movie. But some days I go for a walk or a hike or do some woodworking or do something, you know, or make a video. And yeah, just make the most of every day and be productive.
I think that's helped. You've been able to keep this job longer than any other trucking job. because
yeah,
you've
it's almost 6
learned-
years. That's the
you've
record for
learned-
me.
Yeah, you've learned to go hiking and to enjoy the outdoors and take that time. And I like that you know, check where you're going to be, and okay, there might be a little trail here, or there might be.
Oh yeah, I'm already
and-
thinking about our trip. So we're loading in Decatur, Illinois, going to just south of Portland, Oregon. We're gonna cross the Cascade Mountains, and we're gonna cross the Pacific Crest Trail. So I'm hoping it works out probably sometime Monday. I'm hoping we can stop and get a little hike and maybe a video. So stay tuned for that. So I look ahead. We're gonna cross the PCT. Well, we're gonna cross the CDT also. We're gonna cross both. So, well, that's by Rollins. I've never seen where it is there, but yeah, I look ahead where there's gonna be a trail, where there's something to do. Military surplus stores are fun to look at. So if there's any on the way, stop. Or roadside attractions, I can make videos and just make it fun for all you, share with all you. Yeah, I've had guys say, why don't you just do your job, just work? You're doing all these silly videos and goofy things. I work hard.
Keeps you sane.
Well, no, but I work hard. I do my best. I'm not neglecting my job to go for a hike or make a video. No, that's in my downtime after I've already done my best all day. I do it within the doing everything right.
Within the 14 hours, so then
I don't waste
you
time.
have the extra 2 hours,
Yeah.
or
So
3.
I watch my time, and I'm like, oh, I have time to stop and get a hike, and still, I just do my best. Why not? I work hard, and because I couldn't just work hard all the time. You got to play. Life's too short.
You've done that very well. What is the most frustrating part of trucking?
Frustrating. I'm probably missing home, not being home for responsibilities, my family as much. But I think the hardest thing is the weather. The wind. I don't like driving in ice and snow anymore, so I dread it. I wish I could be. Every year I'm like, I wish God would open a door for a teaching job or something, so I don't have to go through another winter, or work from home, or even have the winters off. I don't know, somehow, but I don't like driving in the winters. My favorite time of the year, but I don't like driving in it. The road construction's hard, and traffic, waiting, delays. A lot of those are just, but yeah.
That was one of the questions, was worst weather.
yeah, the weather's hard to deal with. And the other day I was coming back, actually pretty close to here, just north of here, my last trip, torrential rain and wind. And I've dealt with weather before and rain. I like rain. It washes the bugs off the windshield. But this was torrential rain and wind. It almost blew me off the highway. I pulled onto the shoulder and put my hazards on. I couldn't see at all. And that was scary. It only lasted a few minutes, but weather's a big one. Otherwise, the job and all the different ups and downs, I've done it. I'm so used to a lot of it. That's why I could do all my hobbies and things. Even when I'm driving, I'm listening to YouTube, learning things. I'm making lists of things, videos to make, and things I want to do. I'm thinking of them. I'm always thinking and planning and dreaming and wishing different things. And I like to be productive. I need to no matter how old I get, I want to be active and productive. So all day long I'm driving, I'm thinking of things and doing stuff, and I'm still doing the job the best I can too.
That's good.
I want to make sure we're keeping up on the comments here. I think so. You all, if you have questions, please have them. Frankie says, I have had many jobs. My first job was worked in a chicken house. My second job was I worked in a coal mines. My third job was a part-time truck driver, and I am a jack of all trades, but the master of none. Robert says that no attention to those people. Pay no attention to those people? Yeah, you're right.
And so what is the best part of trucking?
I don't know. I like working by myself. I love people. I love helping people. I love teaching. But if I can't do that, I'd rather work by myself. I like the peace. I'm always praying, talking to God. I can listen to music, drink coffee, and see the country. But probably the most thing, I'm providing food for people. I'm providing for my family. I mean, you know, yeah.
What is your
With the exception of Hawaii and Alaska, have you been in every state?
Yes.
Dave asked. Just a side thing. Yeah, I've been to every state. The last state I hit was Oregon a couple of years ago, and I went to the New England states just before that. So I've been to every state. I'll never get to Hawaii unless I put pontoons on my truck, and I won't think I'll get to Alaska. I'd like to, but we don't do Alaska with the trucking company I work for. So, but yeah, I've been to every state, and there's something good in every state, I think. But I've been all over, and Minnesota's still my favorite. I just don't like the summer, but it's still my favorite. But yeah, been to every state multiple times. The New England states, I've only been to once, really. All those small states, I've only been to those once. But other states, I've been dozens of times. Good question, Dave.
So where is your favorite place to park? A truck stop or a rest area?
Okay, so I like truck stops and rest areas for different reasons. It depends. So, first of all, I've seen the change of truck stops since the last 23 years. When I first started, there were the Petros, Road Rangers, TAs, and the Pilots, Flying J's, Loves, that, you know, kind of in that order, the big ones. But I like the small mom and pop truck stops too. But so I always fuel up at Flying J's, Pilots, because I get points and free points. But I like to park at the smaller truck stops or rest areas. So if I want to do something outside, go for a walk, go for a hike, make a video, I'll park at a rest area. They're quieter, they're cleaner, there's something to do, there's maybe some woods or a pond or something. If it's too hot and, you know, maybe I want coffee in the morning from the truck stop, then I'll park at a truck stop. Maybe if I want to shower, I'll park at a truck stop. Like, we parked at this truck stop, it's 40 minutes from when we're loading. We're going to get coffee in the morning and go load. It's too hot to go for a hike or anything anyway, so yeah, I prefer rest areas for the most part. But if I want coffee in the truck stop or a shower, I'll park at a truck stop. If I want to do something outside or make a video, rest area.
You already answered that one about why hike and what other things do you do not to be crazy. What is your favorite truck stop that you've ever been to?
I don't know. I mean, there's been so many. I don't know if I have a favorite truck stop. Again, I like the mom and pop ones, the small ones, the ones that have a cafe, and you know, I like them better than the chains. I don't know if there's a specific one that really stands out.
I know there's your favorite place to park.
What? You mean in general? Like rest areas?
In California.
So you're not talking about truck stop now?
The cowboy truck stop. You like
yeah.
Cowboy truck
So
stop.
I'll tell you about the cowboy truck stop. So there's in California, it's really hard to find parking anywhere within 3 hours of LA. And if I deliver in Riverside, Colton, you know, that Fontana area, or in LA, there's nowhere to park. And one time, it was like 2 or 3 years ago now, I was like, I gotta find a place to park. There's no parking spots. There's not enough parking spots for trucks in truck stops or rest areas in the whole country. But certain states are really bad. The East Coast is bad. California can be bad. So I was looking, it was getting late at night. I was almost out of hours. I didn't want to pay for a spot either. I hate doing that. And there was nowhere to park. So I looked on the GPS and Cowboy Truck Stop popped up just north of I-10, just east of I-15. I shouldn't tell, there's probably truck drivers watching because people are finding out about it. But it's a hidden gem. So it's a Cowboy Truck Stop. So I went there, and it's not really a truck stop. It's a Burgers, what is it, Burgers and More or whatever. It's a restaurant with truck parking. There's probably enough spots for about 50 trucks or so. And it's clean, it's nice, it's in an industrial area. It's just north of the truck stops that are packed on I-10. And there's always parking spot there. So you do have to pay $20 to park, but if you get $20 worth of food, or even 50, a lot of times it's $15, and they say, oh, we'll still give you a parking pass. You get a parking pass if you eat there, and they have really good food. I always get the tacos and rice and beans. Nice people, clean restaurant, you know, nice place to park. It's like a hidden gem, but truck drivers are finding out about it because it's just a neat place. So I always park there if I have to stay overnight in that area of California. Otherwise, some of my favorite places in the country to park are rest areas with trails. The Donner Pass Summit rest area is one of my favorite places. But yeah.
So how do you drive after you have a sleepless night, if you toss and turn all night?
So if I'm really tired, I won't drive. It's dangerous. I won't. But I have to a lot of times. So if it's dangerous and I'm starting to doze off and I'm too tired, I'll pull over, take a nap. There's been a couple of times through the years I told my boss I didn't sleep well or I'm sick or whatever, and I have to sleep. I'm going to be late. I'm sorry. But otherwise, if I didn't sleep real good, but I'm awake and I'm fine, drink coffee, green tea, I'll eat almonds. There's different things that help stay awake. Take breaks or get out and run around the truck. Keep the AC on. Just stay alert, stay awake, and just be careful. But if I'm too tired, I won't drive because it's just not safe.
Well, I know here lately 3 o'clock's like the magic. 3 o'clock. Anybody else
Yeah.
at 3 o'clock?
Did anybody else wake up at 3 a.m.?
3
and you
a.m.
can't get
this
back to
morning
sleep?
for me.
I wake up at 3, and sometimes I can pray, fall back to sleep. I'll read, I'll watch a YouTube video, something, and I'll fall back to sleep. But sometimes I don't get back to sleep. If I'm home, I'll get up, have a coffee, and go out in the shop or something. But out here, I have to sleep. So sometimes I'll take NyQuil or Tylenol or something to make sure I sleep. But I have to sleep so I can drive safe. So yeah, that's a hard one. Sometimes I'm tired, but if I'm too tired, I won't drive. Here, I think we got a comment here. I want to keep up with these comments as we're rambling. Hope you're all enjoying this. This is fun. We got 6 people on here. It's wonderful. I don't know who else is on here. Okay, Frankie says, I know your truck is automatic transmission, so what speed transmission have you ever driven? For me, it's 18 speed. Okay. And Robert says, how do your loads differ? Is it just the weight or something else? How do you, not sure I know what you mean.
Sometimes it's produce, sometimes it's raws.
Okay. Oh wait, what was the question? Okay, first Frankie said
The speeds.
yeah, I think every truck I've had are 18 speeds. But so I got my CDL in August of 2002, and I was really good at shifting. So good I didn't have to touch the clutch. I could just hear, I didn't grind them. I shifted so good. But I think within 6 months I was given an automatic, and I've had an automatic ever since, which they're fine. It's just one less thing to think about. But it's always been, yeah, I think it's always been 12 or 18 speed. Roberts, I'm not sure how they differ. I mean, mostly I almost always haul turkey or cheese out of Minnesota. Coming back, a lot of times it's produce, but it could be bras, it could be anything. Okay, that was bras from California with that, a whole load of bras. Yeah, all the women in Minnesota were thanking me for helping them be lifted up. Anyway, that was a very light load, but okay. So yeah, explain that more. Your question there, Robert.
Because sometimes
Frankie
it's
says,
a dry load and sometimes it's a
reefer load.
reefer.
Yeah, if it's food, it's reefer. If it's not food, it's a dry load. But Frankie says, what is the heaviest load you've ever pulled? Well, you can't go over 80,000 pounds. So, okay, so, okay, well, I'll answer that in a second, Robert. So you can't go over 80,000 pounds. I think there was one time I was 79,800. One time I was a little over, but they loaded me heavy and I didn't catch it. But yeah, you can't go over 80. So most of the time I'm between 75 and 77,000. which the truck is 34,000. So basically, between 40 and 44,000. That's what it usually is. And a lot of loads, they try to load you to the max to make it worth it. Have I ever hauled medical supplies? Yeah, last trip for Florida to Minnesota, I think he said that because, yeah, it was a very light load. It was like 10,000 pounds. And so we were joking back and forth, what would it be? It's medical supplies. So we thought maybe it's catheters or something. And, oh my goodness, we had an all-day discussion talking about catheters and prostate. And, oh, we went on to all different trails we don't want to talk about right now, but or maybe we do.
I didn't read or listen to those, and Marty's like, why didn't you go back and read? You would have laughed. And I said, you know, if I was talking to my friends about female things, I don't think that you would want to listen. It's the guy that, it's okay.
It's all part of the fun.
It's all part of the fun. You guys are fine. You're keeping him going and laughing, and that's a good thing. Okay? I just don't have to be a part of everything.
I have a weird sense of humor. I'll talk about anything. If it makes people laugh, helps people smile. We're serious about a lot of things. We gotta take, like I always say, take God more serious and life less serious, and you know, just lighten up and live, like Ken Davis says. You know, and just yeah. Okay, why don't you do a couple more questions, and then we'll see a couple more. That's great. You guys are asking questions. It makes it fun. And we have a few other people watching. I'm not sure who it is, but I know Robert, Frankie, and Dave are on here with us, and there's others too. So I hope you're enjoying this.
Have you had any accidents?
One, and I still it shouldn't have happened, but so I was driving. It was totally my fault, but some people could argue it wasn't, but it was my fault. Whenever you rear end somebody, no matter what, it's your fault. So I was driving on I-94 actually in Wisconsin. This is 3-4 years ago, and I was in the slow lane driving a truck. I'm always in the slow lane. Speed limit in Wisconsin is 70, I think 70. I was going 65, 67, something like that. And I'm watching the road. The sun was starting to go down, so starting to get twilight or whatever you call it, dusk. And the car, I looked ahead and I seen a car in front of me, and I realized he was going super slow, almost like he was parked. So I slowed down as quick as I could. I was fully loaded. You can't slam on your brakes or you'll jackknife or, you know. So I slowed down as quick as I could, put my hazards on, and by the time I stopped, I bumped him, just barely bumped him, and he was stopped. And so apparently he was going like 40 miles an hour and was going to turn at the next exit, which was a couple miles up the road. So he was going way too slow. I don't know how small he was. I mean, he was kind of a short guy, but no, he's going way too slow, and he didn't have his hazards on. But I bumped him. It's still my fault, no matter what. No damage to my truck, no damage to his vehicle. And he had his trunk strapped down and garbage and stuff in his car piled to the ceiling. Anyway, I got out, and you know, so I called the police, filed a report, and no damage to anything, but I got a fine. I don't remember what it was. $200-300 or something for following too close. I was way back, and I came up to, I was going 65 miles an hour. He was going 40. I slowed down as quick as I could. I couldn't go to the left. There was trucks coming. I couldn't go to the right, or I would have went off the road. I stopped as quick as I could safely, but I still bumped him, and I got a fine. Nobody was hurt, no damage or anything, but that was the only accident ever. You know, I've had, let's see, I was parked at a truck stop in Oklahoma, and another truck, a rail driver, backed into the front of my truck. I don't know if I was sleeping or almost asleep, and I jumped out of the bunk and crushed the front of my truck. It's totally his fault. He wasn't watching. He was a new driver, but it was funny because I got out and he told me, he said, I just started. I said, it's okay. Nobody was hurt. Insurance will cover everything. We just got to call and report everything and get each other's information. don't feel bad. Yeah, you got to really watch and get out and look, but it's not the end of the world. Nobody was hurt. That's the main thing. And yeah, I've had my truck break down a lot of times. I've had blown tires a lot. We had a blown tire this morning.
Yeah, I was
But
talking
yeah.
about blown tires. So blown
that's about it.
tires. If you have a tire that blows, us non-truck drivers to see these tires on the side of the road and
All
think,
shredded
what?
up. They call them gators.
Um,
Hey, we're up to 7 people.
so
Welcome, everybody.
What happens when a tire blows?
It's
Do
just
you
go
have to
bang. It's really loud, shredded pieces all over the place.
We didn't hear that this afternoon.
We didn't this time. Usually I do.
That's-
And here's the thing. You don't want one in front, your drives or your steers to blow, because then you have a pretty bad accident. I've never had one of those blow. I've had ones on my drives on my truck blow, and you have doubles. You have 18 wheels. And then there's doubles on the there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 on the trailer. So even if one blows, you can keep driving. It's not good to. Most of the time, if one blows and I hear it, I pull over on the highway and I have road service come. That costs like twice as much or 3 times as much. If you can get to a tire place and get a new tire, it's better. So sometime I'll drive slowly to a tire place. This morning when I noticed it, because I did my pre-trip and I didn't see it and everything, and it must have blown somewhere coming down 55.
Because somebody next to us said,
Yeah, and then there was a tire place like 6 blocks from where we unloaded, so I was able to get a new tire there. But yeah, and it's not something we can do, or I can't do. Most truck drivers can't change tires. You need hydraulics and jacks and everything.
so when you're on the side of the road, now when something goes wrong with your vehicle on the side of the road, like if your vehicle just stops or starts doing the lights and stuff, you have to get over.
Yep, on the shoulder. Yep.
And so us regular people need to be cautious because they have no way of getting over so much. And what happens when you're on a back road and that happens?
Well, it's never happened. If there's not a shoulder, you got to keep driving. You can't stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
But just in general, on another side of this, if a car or truck or whatever, if you have car problems, flat tires, whatever, you have to pull over on the right side of the highway. You should put your hazards on. You should put cones or flags or something out, and the truck drivers do that. But you got to be careful, people. You got to watch out for people, for cars, for emergency personnel, for truck drivers. If there's someone on the right side on the shoulder, you need to slow down and go over to the left lane and just be careful, because people have been killed because people haven't changed lanes. They've hit them, they've rear-ended them, and we're talking police officers, EMS, and firefighters, tow truck drivers. People have been killed, people changing tires. So yeah, you gotta be careful, watch out for each other. So if there's somebody on the side of the road, you gotta slow down, move over, and just watch out for each other and pay attention.
And for us lay people, whatever you want to call it, when you see, I didn't know why there would be trucks parked on an on-ramp or an off-ramp, but a lot of times
there's not enough parking.
It's the end of the day and you have your little iPad squealing at you saying you got 5 minutes, you got to stop.
Never heard it squeal.
Well, I call it squealing.
There's a warning thing. It's like 30 minutes left. Yeah. When you're out of hours, you have to stop, but you have to have a place to park. Yeah, and it messes up your logs and everything. So if there's trucks parked on off ramps or on the side or parked where they're not supposed to be, it's because they ran out of hours and there's nowhere to park. Places are just, there's not enough truck parking, and I've done that once or twice. I don't like it. For one thing, you're close to the traffic. Another thing, you're kind of slanted on the off ramp, and I don't like that. So I try to be done earlier in the day, like 6, 7 at the latest, so I can get a parking spot. But if you see trucks parked on off ramps, it's because there's no parking in the truck stops or rest areas nearby.
And perhaps they had a late night delivery and there was no.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that would be my frustration. Okay, you talk about frustrations, is when you have a late night delivery, you can't park there. You're out of hours, and yet you got to go find a place to park. You go find a place to park and you get fined for driving after hours. How's that?
Yeah, it's hard. It's tricky. And yeah, just you gotta do your best and think ahead and plan. So again, shoot out your questions. It can be about anything. We could talk about coffee, woodworking, outdoor adventures, food, catheters, whatever you want to talk about. So in truck driving, and we're almost done with these questions, but shoot them at us. It's fun. You can ask her. It's her birthday today. If you want to ask her questions.
He wanted to. I suggested this, and he said, "Oh, you could come up with like 20 questions." And so I came up with 20 questions, and he's thinking it's going to be like 15 minutes, and I'm going, "Oh no,
I didn't say 15 minutes." But
he said the whole thing was going to be an hour.
Oh yeah. Well, we're at 56 minutes. So
yeah, I told you, and we're halfway done.
Yeah.
We're on number 12.
Okay, how did you and Marilyn meet? Okay, we'll answer that in just a second. Okay, if we're all on here and we're having fun, we'll go 2 hours. You know, I have some stuff to show. I have questions to ask. I have viewer questions. I want to show some stuff in my truck for fun.
It's
so
gonna
if
be
you guys,
more than 2 hours.
no, 2 hours. We're going to try to stick to the 2 hours, so we have an hour left. So let's keep rolling here. Well, wait, how did we meet? Do you want to tell how we met?
We met.
See if we agree on the same thing.
We have a mutual friend, Barb Parker. And
Don Parker.
Yeah, and Don Parker. And
they're like brother and sister.
I had known them years, and I came up to visit, and Marty was there helping with some.
Oh, I used to help with the worship practice, so yeah.
So
Barb
we
and I
met
were working on the songs.
I think, and I came complaining a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like.
I was like really complaining, but
I thought she's cute. She's nice.
He didn't like me at first. He really didn't, because here's the deal. So we met, and then I moved up to Litchfield, and we met at church, and who I am. I help people. That's just what I do. And so you have this widowed guy. His first, was it your first? Second.
Oh yeah.
Second.
First wife. Oh.
No, your second Father's Day.
Huh?
No, your first Father's Day. Without her helping get stuff for the kids. So I took the kids and helped
I don't
them.
gotta go in that much detail.
Help them get some things for him for Father's Day, and he didn't like that very much. He says, "I can do it myself."
Yeah, I would never
he
want.
wouldn't talk to me for a long time.
I never wanted to have a second marriage.
I wasn't after him.
She chased me. She was.
I didn't. That's what I do.
Hunted me down.
Anybody, another person, I would help the kids get them. Even now, you know. That's
yeah, but you were also. Hey, he's kind of cute.
I told my friends God would have to hit me over the head with a 2x4 to get me to marry again.
You got a big knot on the back of your head there.
Anyway.
Love you. We're going on our 20th anniversary next May.
Yeah, so we got to figure out something special to do.
Yeah. Even get up to the North Shore for a day anyway.
Yeah.
And unless anybody wants to give us a trip for our 20th anniversary.
Anyway.
Israel would be cool, or Norway. I'd be happy with 3 days on the North Shore of Minnesota.
With
what?
It came up.
Okay, we got a question here.
Frankie said.
So hope that answered that one, Robert. Whoa, hello, wait a minute. Frankie says, I come out of California with 80,300. I was full of fuel in truck and trailer and had dive half tank all the way to Florida. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing too. You got to watch if you're almost overloaded. but you're empty or you're low on fuel, but then you fuel up. There's been times where I've had to keep my fuel low just so I wasn't overweight. So yeah, that gets tricky. And you can be a little over and they're not going to fine you, but you got to be careful. I'm always happy if it's a couple thousand under 80,000.
So your meals while driving, how it's changed from what it used to be to
Okay.
now.
Okay. When I first started trucking, I didn't have extra money, and I didn't want to waste money on meals. And I'm a simple guy anyway. I'm a simple man living a simple life. I love to sing that song because it sounds so bad, and it's not really a song anyway. It's just, but
Anyway, so
anywho, oh, so I'm just simple. So I'm like, I'm just gonna eat tuna out of a can, chicken out of a can, cold beefaroni. So in my first truck, I didn't have a TV or a microwave or a refrigerator. So I just had canned food, and I learned to eat sardines, tuna, chicken, beefaroni, corned beef hash, all that stuff cold out of a can. And I actually enjoyed it. I still really enjoy tuna. It has to be in oil. Tuna in a can with a little bit of salt and pepper. I eat that 2 or 3 times a week, and that's with maybe ramen or some rice or I don't. Yeah, so it was cold food out of a can. Then after years, I got different trucks, and when I got a refrigerator and a microwave, then I started eating that same canned food and heating meals, and then I'd have ramen and rice and noodles and chili and different things
and
through
chips.
the years, huh?
And chips.
Hell yeah, and that's the thing. Driving, it's hard. It's hard to eat healthy and be healthy as a truck driver. You have to work at it. You got to take time to eat right and exercise and all that stuff. I'll share my quick little diet in a second here, but and through the years I've gotten more creative. I got a little crock pot. Sometimes I'll do stuff in there. I'll mix things together, make little Marty specials, chicken and rice with veggies. I've been more creative, make better meals. Also bringing leftovers from home, things you make and stuff makes it wonderful.
But for a while
so then,
there, it was more going out, right?
Well, yeah, now and then I still, I would do that. Eat out in truck stops, fast food, grab things in the morning for breakfast and afternoon. Yeah, and then it gets expensive and it's not always healthy. But yeah, so a year ago this month in July, because I was like 260 pounds. You've all heard the story, but real quick, decided I have to lose weight and be more healthy. So I kind of put together my own diet. 5 things: prayer, eating whole foods, small portions, fasting, and exercise. And I lost 50 pounds in 6 months, and I felt so much better. I gained some back. I'm working on losing it again, but it works for me. Giving it to God, pray. Mostly whole foods. Sometimes I eat out and I eat other things. I eat chips here and there and sugar here and there. But for the most part, I eat tuna and salmon and chicken and veggies and fruit and nuts, smaller portions, and then I fast like 12 to 16 hours a day. Like we ate at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm not going to eat till 11 a.m. tomorrow now. And I don't miss it really. And exercise, even just light exercise, and I feel so much better. So I'm eating a lot better. I basically eat veggies and pepperoni and olives for lunch every day, and then eat a meal in the evening, 2 meals a day. But it's changed. It's hard because I know I've seen guys that are 300, 400, 500 pounds and they're overweight and they don't feel good. They can barely get in and out of their trucks. They're always eating out. I just encourage you to do something just to better yourself and honor the body that God gave you. Eat better, exercise, stay active. That's the key to being healthy. Stay active. I go to the doctor less, I sleep better, everything, and I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But just to do something. But it's hard. You got to work at it to be healthy on the road.
What are struggles?
Oh, that was a ramble.
Struggles with that as far as having to drive till 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and you got to kind of adjust things. If I have to drive later, I usually don't eat later. I'll usually just skip dinner. I'm not going to eat dinner at 9, 10 at night. You can skip a meal. We don't need as much food as we think we do. So I'll usually skip it. I won't eat so late. this morning. It's her birthday, so I had a couple donuts this morning, and then a breakfast taco, and then we had 2 plates at Chinese buffet. But now I'm not eating till 11 tomorrow. So the thing is, when you're eating better and exercising in general all the time, you can fudge now and then. It doesn't even affect it. You know, just, yeah. So you got to work at it though if you're gonna, as a truck driver, to be healthy.
This is one of your favorite topics.
Uh-oh. Coffee?
Potty.
Oh, yes. Now we're getting to the fun stuff. Okay.
So what do you do?
Let's see. Well, let's see if there's any comments first. Okay, no comments. Okay.
What do you do when you have to relieve yourself of your bodily functions?
Okay. Oh,
When
okay.
you
I thought you meant the other.
oh
No,
no.
I thought you meant the other. I'm sorry. Woo! This is a G-rated show here. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh no. I'm just. We're gonna.
He's not sorry.
We're not. Well,
He's not
I'm
sorry.
a little bit sorry.
Anyway.
Okay, so if I have to go to the bathroom.
If you have to go to the bathroom in rush hour traffic or on a road with no shoulder.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. So, if you're just traveling in a car or a truck, obviously, most people, you have to find a restaurant or a rest area or a truck stop. I've had prostate issues for 20-some years. 3 years ago, I had my prostate removed because it's supposed to be the size of an almond, and it was the size of a grapefruit. And they took it out and everything. I was terrible, everything. But I've always had to go to the bathroom, and I never can hold it for the last 25 years. And so as soon as I started trucking, I realized I'm not going to be able to get to a rest area, truck stop. I got to go before that. It's not always safe to pull over on the highway. There has to be a shoulder, and there has to be a big shoulder. Otherwise, it's not safe. So, I have a pee jug in my truck, and if I have to go, I have to pull over. So I find a safe place. I try not to pull over if it's a narrow shoulder. I try to pull over where it's safe. Set the brakes, put my hazards on, and go ahead and use my pee jug. That's just what you have to do. And I have a porta potty too for if I gotta go number 2 or number 3 or number 4, number 5, number 6. Oh gosh, we don't want it. But yeah, I got that if we have to do that. But if I'm parked, like if I have to go to the bathroom right now, I'll go in the truck stop if I can get in there. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of.
But when you're in stop and go traffic,
Well,
what do you do?
okay, there's been twice I didn't make it, y'all. I
can't imagine. I'm just like,
so you're like, I'm like, come on, I can't get to the shoulder or the rest area truck stop quick enough. Come on, move, track it, and it's backed up because of an accident or broken suction. Maybe you're not moving at all. And there's just a point where you just, I can't hold anymore. And you just let it go, and it's warm, and it doesn't feel good, and then you gotta change clothes and clean the seat. It's happened a couple of times, but a couple of times, if the traffic's real, stop and go, and there's not going. I've done this quite a few times actually. Put my hazards on, set the brakes, take my shoes off, jump back here, go to the bathroom, get back in before the traffic starts moving. And even if it did a little bit, people understand. Yeah, that's a hard one. There's times when I almost didn't get placed or pulled over, and we're losing viewers here on this subject. Oh, we just gained one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one, and it's hard for people who can't hold it. And
yeah. Today I was like just going, okay, we gotta find a place.
I want to keep up on the comments as we're rambling here. I have a question. What is the crown number 1 before my comment? What?
Oh, because you're a number 1 fan.
What?
White Wolf.
It doesn't say. There's nothing there.
On the other one, crown number 1.
No,
I think
don't
a crown and number one would be your number one fan. Maybe he only sees it.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Not
'Cause
sure, Frankie.
You're one of the number one fans. Frankie?
Yeah, it
You
could be.
start?
I don't know. I don't see it there. But hey, we're over an hour. But okay, we're gonna.
Frankie, I hope that you're feeling better and this helps you laugh. Okay.
Oh wait, what's this? Top fans.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he's number one.
Yeah,
Robert
Frankie's number
and
2.
Dave.
Frankie's number 1. Robert's number 2, and Dave's number 3. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. That's a new thing. Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay, and this is something that you don't talk about,
Uh-oh.
but I think that people need to be aware of for prayer, whatever. So, I don't know how my hands are better, because my hands were so bad with arthritis that they would just ache. They would ache, and I actually had cortisone shots in them, and they were thinking about doing surgery. They hurt so bad, and I moaned and whined about it. Marty is always holding the wheel.
Well, I try to. If I let go, yeah.
And look at, come here, let me see.
Yeah,
your
I
hands.
get. So I don't like to talk about my health. But we all have health problems. We all have disabilities, special needs, all that. Pray, but just do what we can. Do our best. I
But
can't.
So
I
part
can't
of
afford
mine,
or have time to go to the doctor. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have arthritis, and I'm pretty sure I have carpal tunnel. Sometimes, right now, they hurt, and a lot of times I'm holding the steering wheel, and I got to just hold with the backside of my hand, or I have to hold with just one hand or a couple of fingers. Yeah.
and he'll go
it's
like
just part of
this,
it.
and because it hurts. He
Yeah.
never says anything
My
about
back
it.
hurts, my shoulders hurt. I have flat feet. I've hurt my whole life. I mean, it's just life.
And when you're,
It's all part of the fun.
this is prayer requests for
Yeah.
him in trekking, because when I'm here, I can sit back. I'm not holding on to the wheel, and that
Yeah,
constant
that
pressure
gets.
in your back. And
So I try, and I got to get back to it. I haven't been doing as much lately, but exercise, y'all. And I don't mean going to the gym. I mean just going for walks, doing things you enjoy, going for a hike. When I'm fueling up, I jump up and down by the pumps. I stop at a rest area to go to the bathroom. Well, I haven't this trip, but usually I get out and I try to run 3 or 4 laps. All of that helps everything. And even like this, do exercise with your hand. There's ways you can do it. Yes, God uses medicine and doctors, but there's so many other options too. And just, yeah, it's all hard, but God is so good and He takes care of me. And
yeah. What is the longest day that you've had? Like, when
well, they're
you
all
go-
the same. They're all 24 hours.
I know, but when you get to the end of the day and go, oh, that was a day. Can you remember?
Well, I don't know. I think the hardest ones are the days, like you said, when I'm working on not much sleep. When I have to force myself to stay awake, it's not so bad that I got to pull over, but I'm tired. It's a long day. It's a boring day. Maybe a lot of things went wrong. Yeah, some of those are just, and those middle of the night deliveries. Yeah, sometimes they're really hard, and then I finally get to bed and it's like, oh, I need to sleep 10, 12 hours. I don't know, but specific. Okay, yeah. You know, I can't think of, but it's just when it's a long day, when I'm tired, when I'm overwhelmed, you know, worried, all the different things that come into life. But yeah, some days get long. Like I said this morning, I don't like doing short loads. I don't like, we just did a couple of short runs. We did a short one from Minnesota to Wisconsin, and Wisconsin to Illinois, or St. Louis, basically. You load, unload, drive a little bit, drive another little bit, unload. And I'd rather load and drive all day, drive another day, then unload. That's why I like the California loads, even though I'm not crazy about California. You load and then you drive for 3 days, load and drive back 3 days, and that's easier. 10, 11 hours driving 500 to 700 miles, that's easier than driving 200 with lots of stops and waiting and loading and unloading. That's longer days for me.
So sometimes when there are roads that weren't really the best for trucks, what are some of your most memorable wrong road turns?
Well, everyone's okay.
Two that I know.
So here's the thing: I don't have a trucker GPS. They're expensive. I just use Google Maps and I use my atlas and my knowledge, things I've learned. So I know basically where to go. Stay on the interstates or U.S. highways. That's for the most part. U.S. highways can be really narrow and hard too, but at least they're pretty good. And just be careful. But now there's been some. There was one last year. I don't remember where I was. Seems like it was in Ohio. And it was on the interstate, but I had to take a side road over to another interstate. And it was 9 miles. And I took the road, and it was winter, and it was very narrow road, no shoulders, windy, hilly, low trees, low power lines, small, short, narrow bridges, ice and snow. I got on, I'm like, I don't think I should be on this road. I had 9 miles. That was one of the longest 9 miles of my life, and I think I even took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. I don't remember, but I have my phone mounted on the dash. I could take pictures without touching my phone, but that was scary, and I was praying, Lord, please, I shouldn't have got on this road, but once you get on a road, it's hard to get off it. That was one. There's been times, a couple of times many years ago, when I went to Chicago, I got on the wrong road, and then there's a low bridge, and I had to back up. You were with me one time.
Yeah.
We had to back up because I couldn't go under the bridge. That happened in North Carolina one time. I was on a back road, and I had to back up. It was a small North Carolina town, and I swear everybody in that town came out of their houses and helped me back up and get out of that town. Yeah, there's been some really narrow, skinny, windy roads that weren't for trucks, and I made it. I do not like just 2-lane roads, especially when there's no shoulder. They're narrow. I go slower because, you know, you could tip, you can go off the road, you can hit the other vehicles, it could be low. Yeah, so I try to stick to interstates or U.S. highways. But I've gotten some on, and God has got me through it.
What about the one with the church?
Okay, well, yeah, that wasn't such a horrible road, but
that story.
so it was 10, 12 years ago, probably. I don't know, 15 years ago. It was a while ago. So I delivered in Texas, and then I was reloaded coming back home. I think I was in northeastern Texas. I don't remember the town. It started with a G. We'll check the comments in a minute here if you have any questions. I think it started with a G. I don't remember. Somewhere around Tyler, Texas, that area, but it was started with a G. Anyway, it was a Wednesday evening, and I was just kind of down and missing home and just everything. And I was like, it'd be cool to go to church if there was a Wednesday night church service somewhere. And I thought maybe I could find a big Baptist church with a giant parking lot for trucks, and I could pull in there. And so it was like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I thought most churches have a Wednesday night church service like 6, 7 o'clock. And so I thought, oh, maybe I can find one. And I seen one in this little town right off the main road. It was a U.S. highway, so it was still narrow, but it was a 2-lane road, or a 4-lane actually there, I think. So I made the turn to go to this big Baptist church with a huge parking lot, because I wanted a big parking lot to park my truck. But the parking lot was blocked, so I couldn't go in there. So I said, oh, I guess I can't go there. I'm like, oh, Lord, please. And I had turned off the main road. And now I'm on this narrow road, narrow, windy, low trees, and I couldn't get off it. So I started going down. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be on this road. And I'm like, Lord, please, just let it work out. Please let me get out to the main road. Please let me not hit any power lines or trees or whatever. And it got this, we're talking the backwoods of Texas, y'all. By the way, a little side note here. I say y'all all the time. Sometimes I even say all y'all. And I'm from Minnesota. Why? I'm from Minnesota. Why do I say? I don't know why I started saying y'all, but I say y'all. That's a southern thing, but I'm not from the south. But anywho. So I was on, this is the back roads of Texas. And I'm like, Lord, please get me off this road. And I'm going windy and the trees are getting lower. And then I start seeing these little houses and these old guys. Sheila Joy. Is that Sheila?
Hi, Sheila. Yeah, thank
Hi. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to the live stream here. We're going to go to another half hour, 40 minutes or so. But you can watch the replay later if you missed anything in the beginning. But anyway, there's these old guys out on front porches playing their banjos and stuff, and you know, it was backwoods of Texas. It was crazy. And I'm driving, I'm like, what am I gonna do? And then I look and I see this small little white church, tiny little church. And it was an old Baptist church. Oh, that's okay. Better late than never. We got a lot more fun to have, so yeah.
This is a cool story. So.
And if you have any questions or comments, please give them to us. Welcome, you guys. So glad you're watching. Anyway, so I seen this little white church, and there's not even a room to pull over. There's no shoulder at all. So I pull up to the church, put my hazards on in the middle of the road. Of course, there's no traffic. This is a back roads of Texas. And I go and I walk up to the church, and there's a few cars parked in the grass. They didn't even have a parking lot. And I knocked on the door, and I told them, I said, I got on the wrong road. I'm a truck driver. I shouldn't be here. Can I get out to the main road? And they said, oh yeah, you're fine. Just keep driving. There's no low, nothing you can get through and get back to the main road. And I don't remember. I think I asked them if they were having a church service. And they said, no, we're having a Bible study, though, if you wanted to join us. I said, well, my truck's, I don't know, in the middle of the road. I was in the lane. And they said, oh, you're fine. You got your hazards on if you want to join it. So I joined their Bible study. It was wonderful. And I'll tell you right now, I love everybody in different colors and nationalities. But I was the white man out. I was the only white guy there. And but there was I don't know, there's probably 30, 40 people. There's men and women and kids and stuff. And it was just neat. They welcomed me in, and it was wonderful. We had a Bible study together. And then I got ready to leave, and I talked to the pastor, and we swapped email addresses. Actually, later on, I ended up sending them a box of like wood gifts and stuff, like that make Jesus words and stuff. It was fun. But yeah, I walked out, and they got back in the truck, and they're all out on the front lawn on the steps and waving. Kids are jumping out. I'm honking the horn and drove away, and they're all waving. It was wonderful. What a blessing. And it's just, sometimes there's just things like that on the road, and God's always with me. And sometimes when I'm having a hard day or whatever, He just gives me a blessing like that. And I was down, kind of missing home, and wishing I just wanted to go to church, and looking for a big church with a big parking lot. And here I end up parking in the middle of the road and going to a little backwoods church, and yeah. It was pretty cool. It was wonderful. Those people were wonderful. I just pray they're all doing well. That was years ago.
Your most memorable bridges.
Okay, most memorable bridges. Okay, let's check here, make sure we're not missing. Okay, so Sheila and Brian are on watching. Welcome, y'all. Okay, so I've been over, so like just
well, like
biggest,
you were on
longest,
the longest one. You went on the.
Okay, so I've been on some of the longest, biggest bridges. So the Mackinac Bridge is 5 miles long in Michigan. That one's kind of moves when you're going over it. I haven't been on that in a long time. I've been over the Lake Pontchartrain one. That goes from the north side of the lake. Is a small town. I don't know, it was Hudson or something. It goes over to New Orleans or New Orleans. I don't know, wherever. Orleans. No, yeah. And I drove over that one. That one's pretty long. I don't remember how long. One of the longest bridges in the country. But then there was one I've been over twice. It's in Louisiana too. I don't know. It's like 20, 30 miles long, and it's built over swamp and Everglades. It boggles my mind how they build bridges like that. And I went over that. That was scary, because it takes like a half hour to get over that bridge. And then there was a big one. Let's see, Oakland, San Francisco area. There's been some big ones. I think the most unique one, and I don't know, I'd have to look it up for sure. It might be Chesapeake Bay. I don't know. By New Jersey or Delaware, somewhere on the East Coast. It's a bridge, and then it comes up to the harbor, and you go down under the harbor. It's a tunnel. So it's a bridge, and there's a tunnel. You go under the water, and then come up the other side. That still boggles my mind how the water doesn't flood the tunnel. I don't know. That's scary. That was amazing. And you only have a couple inches clearance above your truck going through the tunnel. That was a crazy one. I'll have to look it up. That was probably the weirdest one, but it was neat too. And you go across. You're basically out on an island, I think, or a peninsula, and then you have to come back through the tunnel to get to the mainland. That was pretty amazing. Are you done with questions?
One more.
Okay.
So, when you're up
she
here...
has a question. Wait,
okay.
Hold that one. What is favorite diner to stop at?
Besides Taco John's. No.
Yeah. Well, okay, so again, I don't eat out a lot anymore. But when I do, I like to find something unique, like a little cafe or diner, mom and pop place. I started writing. I'm writing my life story. I started like 20 years ago, and I started writing in there. But Waffle House? No, I don't know if I've ever been to Waffle House. We've seen one today, but yeah, I'll have to try it. We've been to IHOP. Have you crossed the Golden Gate Bridge? No. I've never been to New York City, actually, Frankie. So there's lots of different little places.
The Bridge is in California, isn't it?
Is that San Francisco? I don't know. Well, I've been through the Oakland Bay Bridge, that one. I don't think I've been over the Golden Gate though. I don't know. Anyway, but there's okay. One of my favorites is okay. So it's where is it now? It's in Wyoming. We went by there. It's in western Wyoming. Not. I can't think of the name right now. Hold on. I'll find it. Wait. Just give me a second. It is Lyman. Okay. Lyman, Wyoming. You're driving down I-80 and it says cafe. It's a truck stop and a cafe, but the signage is it's old and it's not advertised very good. But I stopped in there one time, and okay, you know what green chili is because you're from the south. To me, green chili is a chip dip. It's just like green salsa or whatever, but it's actually a bowl of chili, really. But I didn't know that. I've never had it. But I stopped there. It was the end of the day, and I just wanted to have a meal. And so I got a burger, fries, and green chili, thinking they'd have the green chili over the burger or fries or something as a sauce, a dip, And I got a big old burger. Well, first of all, I walked in, and there's two waitresses and a cook, and they were all singing a country song, and it was hilarious. It was great. I loved it. They were singing away. Well, one or two other truck drivers in there, but it was kind of cool. So yeah, I got a burger, fries, and then a big bowl of green chili. But it was so good. That was a wonderful meal. We'll have to remember. We'll go by there. We're gonna go by there in a couple of days. You've been wanting green chili.
I can't think about food right now.
We're going there. Okay, I'll do a video from there, y'all. Okay, help me remember.
Green chili is really good. Green chili, you saute onions in butter, and then you put in pork pieces.
I gotta use the pea jug.
Okay.
You keep talking.
Pork pieces, and then you put in Anaheim peppers and jalapeno peppers and tomatillas, and you put some broth over it, and you cook it, and then you might put something in it to make it a little thicker.
Oh, shoot!
It's so good.
Shoot, I missed.
Oh hush, you didn't. He's being weird. Oh my gosh. No. He is not modest at all, I would say. Not modest.
It's all part of the fun.
Yeah.
Back to green chili.
But green chili is really good.
And in Pueblo, Colorado, where I grew up, we had green chili. And it was very good. And I could make it, last time I made it, it wasn't very good. I messed up somehow. I don't know what I did wrong. But anyway, it's good. So, so what are some of the favorite things that you guys have for where you grew up? Like for us, it was green chili.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We got more to talk about. I got questions to ask her. I'm going to do some show and tell. We'll try to keep it under 2 hours. 3 hours.
I know. See, I told you.
No.
We should have bet something.
As long as we're having fun.
Bet.
But anyway, but yeah, let's talk about food too. So I'm going to ask her some questions, but while we're doing that, if you all want to share, what would you say your favorite shoes? Shoes? No, your favorite shoes. Where'd that come from? No, your favorite food from where you live. Sorry, where did shoes come from? Okay, Sheila said something here. Potato pancakes that my grandma made. Ah.
Okay. Yeah, that's better than the blood sausage that he makes.
Yeah, we'll talk about blood sausage another time. But I've made potato pancakes. So usually I only do it once a year, and it's with the leftover mashed potatoes from Thanksgiving. And the way I make them, did I flush? Frankie says, yeah, no, I flushed.
He did his hands in sanitizer.
Yeah, but I did flush. I mean, you just didn't hear it. It went, yeah. So the way I make potato pancakes, I just take the mashed potatoes and I just put them in a patty, but I make them thick like a burger. And then I think I put them in flour. Do I do egg? I don't think I do egg. I think I just do flour and then just fry them in butter and salt and pepper. And okay, I have some questions I'm going to ask you. Everybody share what their favorite foods while I ask a trucker's wife some questions. Not many, just a few. Okay. So, a trucker's wife. My trucker's wife, or my wife as a trucker. Yeah. Do you like being a trucker's wife?
I'm used to it. I think my adult life. Well, no, my adult life. I'm used to being alone.
Okay.
You know, so that's okay. It's not like I had to really. You know, when I first had to be alone when I was in my 20s, that kind of freaked me out. I used to have the kids come be with me. But now I'm like, I'm all good. I like the part that we have more time together when you are home, when you're able to be home for a week at a time.
Yeah.
It's nice that we can plan something, we can do something. I do miss you, but it has been such of a blessing, the phones.
Oh yeah, we didn't have phones.
And it's been a blessing to me that when like you're driving across the desert and you need something, that we can talk the whole 2 hours that you're.
Yeah.
So I feel
really
like
helps.
I feel like I'm not doing anything, that we're working together.
Oh yeah, yep. So just real quick, a side note of that. You know, you get married and have kids to be together, right? But we have to work. Everybody has to work. And I miss being home. I'd rather be home. Again, if I could do anything in the world, I'd be a teacher, be a woodshop teacher or a youth pastor or something. That ship has sailed. But I've done every other job in the world. I've been working for 44 years. I'd rather be a trucker than anything else except teach. But it wasn't my first choice, but I'm good at it. God's always been with me in it. The thing is, it depends on how you use your time. There's guys that are home every day, but they don't spend time with their families. I'm gone a week to 2 weeks, but then I'm home a few days, sometimes a whole week. And I spend time with you and the kids, grandkids, family, friends, serve at my church. Yeah, I like to do chores too and do my hobbies and stuff. But it's nice to have that big lump of time. Compared to just a couple hours every night. I don't know if I can do a day job anymore. Yeah,
you come home tired and you don't feel like doing anything.
So it's a blessing in a lot of ways. And the other thing is, you know, some people say, oh, you don't care about your family, you're gone all the time. I mean, soldiers are gone for weeks and months and years, and we honor them, which we should. I have a lot of respect for the military. The truck drivers are the same. We're out here because we have to. We're working. We're providing food, and
We want things.
we're taking care of our families, and so it's a job like any other. So it works. Ideally, if you're single, it's better to be a truck driver. But you know, it works for families if you spend time with your family when you're home. So when I'm home, I spend a lot of time with them, and yeah. What does Frankie said? Veg soup and cornbread with green onions and hot peppers. Oh my goodness. Yes, Frankie, you like things spicy all the time. Sheila says you take care of us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, what's the worst thing about being a trucker's wife?
There's two things. One is concern about you on the road sometimes, like when there's
safety.
Safety.
Robert says turkey and dressing. Okay.
And the other thing is, like when something happens and I might know how to do it, but I don't have the strength to do it, to fix it.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
she feels bad, and I feel bad that I'm not there to...
just like the whole water heater thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And, yeah.
So what's the other thing?
The not being able to fix things around the house, and then you.
Worried about being on the road. Yeah, it's a dangerous job out here, man. But
it
like
is.
a lot of things are. What's the best thing?
That we get chunks of time together, and I get trips.
Yeah.
And I get to come with you.
Yeah.
And then it's like we're having a trip together, but you're still working and providing.
Yeah,
and
it's not like a vacation. I'm working, but it's time together, and we're making money, and so it's a blessing when we can't do vacation. And I'm like, are we back, y'all? Okay, let us know if we're back. I hit a wrong button. I hope we're still on. Let us know. Last thing, Sheila said, you have our church family to help you out. Oh, yes, that's so true. Frankie said, okay. Keep losing your back. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button.
Mr. Techie.
Oh, good. Okay, so what were we saying?
Oh, the trips that we get to do. This last year we've been so blessed in that when I went to California.
How's the audio and the video, y'all? Are we still back? Everything good?
When I went to California with you, that we actually we ended up there for Thanksgiving because the load that we were unloading, they had or loading, I can't remember. They had technical problems and they weren't going to be back until Monday. We had the weekend.
Yep, so we drove to the beach.
Yeah, and we got to spend Thanksgiving on the beach. We would never be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so that was just kind of fun.
Little blessings like that are neat. See if I can do this without
doing the Grand Tetons this last time, and we'll get to do them.
Yeah, so this trip we're going to Oregon, and we're going to be on the back roads from Ontario to Lebanon, so that'll be pretty. And yeah, like I said, we'll cross the Pacific Crest Trail, so maybe we'll do a video there. We'll see. And not for sure, but you might get to go spend a couple weeks with your cousin.
Yeah,
we'll see. I might drop her off in Oregon and pick her up on another trip, so that'll be cool. Okay, so a few more here. Could you be a trucker? Why or why not?
Because I don't have enough patience. So I have patience with things. I mean, no, I have patience with people, but not things. And when things are late, when I'm late, I would stress out over being late. Am I going to be late? Am I whatever? I can back up little things. I was not able to back up until we moved out to where we are now. And Marty taught me how to back. So I can back as good as I can front in the little Jeep. Something like this, nah.
Well, it just takes time.
No.
Once I've
Besides,
learned
it would hurt my hands, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Favorite memories on the road with me? Is there anything that really stood out through the years?
The Thanksgiving
On the beach. So
On
we
the
were on the
beach.
beach in, I don't know, Costa Mesa, something like that. I don't remember for sure. But then last year we were on the beach on the Atlantic Ocean by Jackson or south of somewhere in there.
That was neat.
Yeah.
But also just spending my birthday with you.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the second time.
Yeah.
I think.
So that was like my 59th, 60th,
Oh, something like
61st
that. Yeah.
birthday, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now today again. It's her birthday, by the way. If everybody.
Everybody knows. It's okay.
Okay. Places you'd like to go that we haven't been. Any directions?
Oh, I've never been to Maine or the eastern
The
states.
New England states and that. I've only been there once, and we just don't get loads up there. I'm hoping to get up there so we can see Robert too.
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest challenges on the road that you see?
Oh, just I'm trying to think. Having to wait for, if you have to wait to get unloaded, and yet you're supposed to be to a reload, you can't help it. You can't reload until you're unloaded.
Yeah. And it's really weird because everybody gets mad, but everything affects everybody. If you have to wait to get unloaded, then you're late for the reload, and then you're late getting that one delivered, and it affects so many people. But everybody just has to be understanding and realize that everything affects everything. And funniest things on the road? Any funny things besides just me in general?
I should have had my computer down, so I have my little poem that I wrote. Where were we? We were in Michigan, and we were driving along, and the squirrel was just
Oh, I thought that was in Litchfield.
playing.
Oh, that was in Michigan. Oh.
Yeah, playing in the road.
It was like stuck to the ground playing.
And I'm going, oh, look at that. That squirrel's doing something funny, honey. He's flipping and he's flopping. Oh, he's squished flat. Something like that.
Yeah, you're like, look, he's flipping and flopping, and yeah, he had run over and he was dying with his,
It was gross. But it ended up being a funny story. It was gross, but I don't know. Anyway.
I think that was on Holcomb Avenue in Litchfield.
No.
I don't think it was in Michigan.
No, it was, we were in the truck. We
Okay.
were in the truck.
Okay.
Yeah, we were.
Okay. Advice for other trucker wives because there's a lot of truckers that aren't happy, other wives that aren't happy, and all that different stuff. And
Just understand. I mean, if every trucker's wife could go on one trip to see what you guys go through, to see that, waking up at 5:30 in the morning and driving all day. I was thinking, and this is a confession, when you were going to bed at 8:30, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I was like, oh, does he just want to talk to me? Is he really going to bed? He can't be going to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Yeah. The first, when we were on our way to Idaho, man, I was like out 7:30, 8 o'clock. And it was like I wasn't getting my naps, and it was my first time out since the accident that I was actually up. But I'm like, oh yeah, it's tiring. It's tiring.
yeah, I'm
lot.
early to bed, early to rise for the most part, and some days are harder, and I got to go to bed really early, get up extra early, and it's.
And just to understand that, and then to be able to be a part of, talking you through the times that are tough,
when you're
'Cause
tired,
you're a team, you know.
when you're tired, that you're a team.
And realize
That it's not you and me. It's we're a team together, and you know, working that out.
and everybody's different. Everybody's in different places in life. Every guy is different. Every woman, everybody's different. But in general, most truck drivers are out here because we're trying to make a living for our families and do our best, and we're not wanting to not be home or escaping or anything like that. Most are out here working hard, so to be supportive and be thankful and be faithful to each other, all that stuff. And then also the other drivers, be careful and watch out for truckers and just all that stuff. Yeah.
And another thing that you can do is make little homemade meals to send.
Yeah.
And little sticky notes. And I've been really bad about remembering to do little sticky notes. I used to do little sticky notes in his shorts pocket or his
you
pants,
do them. I still find them, and I have them in
and
places. Sometimes I have a whole bunch stuck in my microwave. That means a lot.
And just, you know, and then when they get home, have a nice meal when they get home. Because they haven't had a nice meal, you know, a homemade meal for a while.
And I would say for both husband and the wife, or the wife, there's women truck drivers too. But realize that you're kind of, when you're at home, you're kind of doing everything. And when you're out here working, you're doing everything. And then you come home and then you have different things, and you got to just kind of be flexible and all that stuff. And yeah, it's hard, but to show grace and mercy for each other. Frankie said, how do you say the name of the company you drive for? And he said, it takes a special man or woman to be a trucker. Yeah. So the company I drive for, it's on her shirt, KDIL. So it's KDIL. That's how you say it, and it stands for.
Katie and Dylan.
If I remember the boss's kids are Katie and Dylan, and so yeah, it's kind of different, but kind of neat. Okay, so the rest of the time, okay, we're not. Let's go. How about we go till about 2:15?
I don't
2 hours.
We should have bet something.
2 hours and 15 minutes. So we'll go to about 8:15 since we have more people on here and we're having fun.
He said it was going to be an hour. I said, oh no, it's not.
I haven't done a live stream in a while just because I don't get many people watching, but more people are watching now, and that's the thing too. I'm going to do more videos again. I just want people to watch my older videos and stuff, all that fun stuff. But I'll start doing a live stream every week. Saturday is when I really like to do it, but this just worked out tonight. But we haven't done one for a long time, and I know you all like it when we do them together, so we'll do that more. But let's shoot for 2:15, so about a half hour more. So I'm going to answer some viewer questions, and then I'm going to show a few things that people just asked to see. But if you guys keep asking questions, because that's what's the funnest part. Me rambling is, but I'm just going to quickly answer some questions people have asked me, and I don't even remember who asked, sorry, but people have asked different times. But please keep giving us the questions. You can ask me anything. You can ask Marilyn anything, okay? I'm just going to quickly answer some viewer questions. Has to do mostly with woodworking and outdoor adventures, which is a lot of what my channel is and my two big hobbies. What material do you use for patterns that you make, the templates for scroll sign? So I use 1/8 inch hardboard. That just works good for me. Yeah, you got to scroll saw the pattern to make it, but then you can trace it on wood, especially simple things. I have hundreds of patterns. It just works out really nice. I'll use paper patterns, but for the most part I'll use templates, and 1/8 inch hardboard works really good. You could use plastic too, or different things, but that's what I use. Favorite woodworking channels? I honestly don't watch other woodworkers too much anymore. I started YouTube because I was watching Steve Ramsey, Woodworking for Mere Mortals. He's just funny. He's got a huge channel now. It was small when he started. But, I don't know. There's a few I like. Honestly, I don't even watch other woodworkers. I don't need more ideas. I don't need I got a million ideas. I just don't have time to do woodworking much anymore. But I don't watch other woodworkers too much anymore. But there's a lot of great ones out there. Steve Carmichael, Artisan Pirate, Size Corner, Eric Roten, You know, there's a lot of great ones. Frankie says, "Hey Marilyn, is that a glass bottle?"
Yes.
There's a random question for you.
Yes, it is.
Kind
It's
of
a
a
glass bottle.
It's actually
That's
got an anchor on it, so I don't know if it's a Christian company or kind of neat.
Kombucha is a fermented drink. It's supposed to help your stomach.
Yeah, doesn't
And-
taste good, but it's supposed to. I don't know.
So, yeah, it's a glass bottle because it's fermented.
So there's some others. Oh, by the way, if you're into woodworking, you're into scroll sign, you like that part of my channel, again, I have a whole playlist of woodworking, a playlist of scroll sign, and I have a playlist of other people's shop tours if you want to watch them. They're really great. They're all different people doing shop tours of woodworking. I have a list of like 80 or 100 of other people's videos. Go check that playlist out. And again, I have like tons of playlists of all different things, so check those out. Favorite scroll saw?
Thanks, Robert. I don't know how to wear them, so.
Yeah, you look good in a do-rag. You got a do for it. I don't really have a do. So, favorite scroll saw? I like the Deltas. I love the older Deltas. That's just, I like the good used older Delta saws. Favorite scroll saw projects? I like making wood names, Jesus words, smiles. I'll show you a couple of those in a few minutes here while I just show you a few things. What's one item I would take to survive in the wilderness? That's a hard one because you need more than that to survive in the wilderness. And I like to take a backpack with the 10 essentials in it and emergency supplies and everything. I wouldn't take just one item, but if I could only take one, probably my canteen kit with a saw and a knife attached, like as a kit, because you need water, you need a way to start a fire and then process wood for shelter and all that stuff.
What about just a fire starter?
What do you mean?
Like a flint?
Yeah, there's a lighter in my canteen kit.
They were talking about one thing.
I know, but there is not. No, that's not. You can't do that. You won't survive. It has to be at least a kit of a few things. But favorite trails to hike? Honestly, anytime I can just walk in the woods or go on a hike, I love it. Short hikes with her. I love the North Shore. We really like that. I've been on a lot of trails around the country. I'll just answer these quick.
Robert asks a question.
Yeah, I'll answer these real quick and then we'll. Favorite music? Christian praise and worship. That's what I listen to most of the time. But I like older country. I like old 80s music too. Pop and rock, and I like bluegrass and southern gospel, truck driving music. I love Christmas music. So yeah, favorite way to make a coffee? I like making bush coffee or in a percolator, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit here. Yeah, so that's it for that. I'm going to show some stuff in a little bit here. What's the question we have? Okay. Slow down. Okay. Love your do-rag. What is your favorite roadside attraction, Marilyn? Oh, that's for you.
Oh, favorite roadside attraction so far? I don't know.
So do you mean like a natural thing or history thing or nature, or do you mean like a Route 66 weird attraction kind of thing? I have a whole playlist of weird things on the road, by the way. Have you seen anything like that that's just odd or weird or funny or different?
Now, it was neat on the way back from Wyoming that they had all sorts of, for probably 100 miles, which there's metal
Oh yeah,
metal statue thing, not statues.
they were
but,
metal plates, almost like they scroll saw, but it was metal.
and
signs.
it was, each one was different. And there was one that I did get a picture of.
Horses,
that was
covered
a
wagons.
horse with a man at a bonfire.
Yeah, it was some
Campfire
company
or
that makes
whatever.
them, and they had them throughout Wyoming on the back roads. That was really cool.
That was
Yeah, yeah. What did Robert say? See here, Robert said, "You ever try using clear packing tape on your patterns?" Marty, Robert asks. I apologize. I'm an idiot. Sheila said, Route 66 thing. We watched the video you made. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a lot of roadside attraction things. Okay, clear packing tape. Let me explain that quick. So on a scroll saw, when you're doing woodworking, if you're scroll sawing hardwoods like cherry, maple, and that, it's going to burn the wood. But if you put clear packing tape, and I have some here somewhere, on the bottom of it, then it doesn't burn as bad. Yeah. So okay, some of you don't know, but I started a YouTube channel in 2014, and I deleted it a year and a half ago and started a new channel. A lot of my older videos I put on this new channel, and then I made new channels. Anyway, it used to be number 54. It's not 54 anymore, but if you want to go watch it, it's called How to Make a Wood Name, a scroll saw a wood name. And it's hilarious. Okay, so you put clear packing tape on it, and then it cools the blade, and the blade lasts longer, and it just works. It really does. But you can't use cheap tape. I used cheap tape in that video, and it wasn't meant to be a comedy, but I put the tape on, and I'm trying to put the tape on, and it's getting stuck on my fingers, and the tape roll, I lost the end of it. Oh my goodness. There's a few people who watch my YouTube channel. That's why they started watching, because of that goofy thing. Wasn't meant to be funny, but yeah, go check out that video. Don't use cheap tape. Yeah, so keep asking questions. I'm going to show a few things that people ask to see real quick, just real quick.
And I apologize for yawning, but last night was a sleepless night for me. I mean, I slept good until like 3:30, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. I was tossing and turning, and Marty was awake, so I was laying there praying for him. He got to sleep, and I'm going, oh yeah, Lord, could you help me too? But it was a little too late, because then it was time to get up. So yeah, I'm a little tired. And I don't know how he does it, but
Okay.
that's why he goes to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock.
How comfortable is the new bed?
Here?
Because I got a new truck?
It's good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's easier if we like have feet here and feet here.
Yeah, for opposite than our shoulders. It's a little tight. Would you say it's a single?
Yeah.
About 3 feet
Full.
wide.
Single to a full.
Yeah, it's not bad. Somebody wanted to see some of my favorite scroll saw items. I love making Jesus words. I love making these and giving them away
Are
to
they
people.
backwards? So that you show them backwards and then
No.
it'll go frontwards?
Is that right? So that's the thing. Sometimes the live streams are backwards. Are we backwards? Is Kato backwards? So she's in the passenger seat. Does it look like she's in the driver's seat? But yeah, that's Jesus words. Otherwise, it's that way. But that looks right there. But look at your
Yeah.
Kato is backwards.
Because you turned that backwards.
No, but is that backwards?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
anyway.
it is backwards.
Okay, so I make Jesus words. Well,
So now it's not backwards.
yeah, but your shirt, how come your shirt isn't the same way?
Because I didn't change my shirt around.
And Sheila says you guys are backwards. Thanks Sheila, I love you too. Okay, so I like making Jesus words. And I like making smiles.
These are one of my favorite things.
So I guess I gotta go like that.
Because he changes the smile all the time. And
Yeah, I
makes
just made it up,
pretty.
and every smile is different. So I love making those. Christmas ornaments, I love making. This was my ornament last year, and I got to get working on this year, so I'll do that. And just little prayer crosses. So I like making small things. It's just, I really enjoy that. Somebody wanted to see my backpack. I have about 5 years ago, I really got into the outdoors, adventures, backpacking, hiking, military surplus, DIY, kids, survival stuff. So I got a few backpacks. I've given a lot away. This is my small day pack that I use for day hikes. It's a 511 Rush 12 and multicam. I really like this little pack. But it has it's only like 12 pounds. It has the 10 essentials in it for survival, everything you need for starting a fire, for water, for shelter, emergency first aid, everything. That's my pack. That's what I use. I want to put it on. I haven't been able to go for a hike because it's so hot, but that's that. Then somebody wanted to see my canteen kit. So this is my military surplus canteen kit. This has a quart of water in it, and it has a canteen cup. You have a backpack, Marilyn? Hold that thought. Answer that. This isn't done here. It has a canteen cup in here and a stove. It has a lighter, a ferro rod, and aqua tabs. And yeah, so this is a whole kit for carrying water, purifying water, and you can start a fire. You know, so I really like this best way.
Show it.
What?
You should show it.
Show it. I don't want to take everything out. I have videos doing that. I don't want it to be a 10-hour video, but that's that. And then here's another one I put together. This one, yeah, this one holds a Nalgene cup, and I have a whole survival kit in here. But what's good about this one, it has a knife and a saw. So this is pretty much a full survival kit. This has a shelter in here, paracord, first aid, water, a knife, ferro rod, lighter, everything in that kit. So that's kind of fun too.
He's always getting new stuff.
And then this is my little percolator, and I got this for like $3 at a thrift store in Wisconsin, and it's only like 4 or 5 cups, but I love this. So my favorite way to make coffee, and I have like 10 ways to make coffee in my truck here. I love my coffee. My favorite way is making bush coffee in my canteen cup. Second favorite is using a percolator. Oh, it's so good at a percolator. I'm telling you, y'all. I think that
Next time I go to my mom's and I'm able to bring it, I get the percolator. The electric percolator.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, honey.
I get that. Cause,
so here's the thing, like the automatic drip, they go through once. Percolators keep going through. And it makes it not so much strong or bitter, but it makes it richer. And I love percolators. That was a few things people wanted to see. If you want to see anything else of my silly stuff in the truck, you can ask. I had a couple questions for you guys. First of all, and you can put this in the comments. You can answer now if you watch, the people who watch this later. Do you like that I'm only doing a video once or twice a week or every other week, or would you rather me start doing 3, 4, 5 videos a week again? It's a lot of work, but I enjoy doing it. But let me know. Also, let me know what you want to see. I have a whole bunch of video ideas, hiking and woodworking and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to do a paracord video coming up, maybe this coming weekend, about paracord bracelets and things you can do with paracord and this kind of fun stuff. But let me know. Also, if you want a sticker, let me know. You got to send me your address through email or something, and I'll send you a sticker. Okay? So, hold that thought. You got to answer Sheila's question.
Yeah, okay, good.
That's a sticker. If you want a sticker, I got tons of them. I ordered 100 of them a couple years ago, and I still have 99, I think. So somehow, you can message me on Facebook, email me, ChristFollower1996@yahoo.com. Give me your address, and I'll send you a sticker. And yeah, okay. Now you answer Sheila's question about your backpack, and then there's another question popping up.
I do have a backpack, and Marty has helped me have
we gotta get you a better
fire
one.
starter, and I actually learned how to make a fire with a flint, not a flint,
Ferro rod.
a ferro rod. It's so
it's so
exciting.
fun.
It really is, because it's like, to be able to do it from sparks, it's just like there's something.
It's just neat. Well, here's the thing.
Nice
Before I got, so back up a little bit here. I've always enjoyed the outdoors. I went camping and fishing with my dad and everything. But 5 years ago, around COVID, I started watching Bushcraft Bartons, Mike Barton. Still, I love that guy. I consider him a brother, and his channel was hacked and closed down. I miss his videos so much. I learned and was encouraged to enjoy the outdoors, get into backpacks and carving spoons, so many things because of him. Anyway, So I got into all these things, enjoying the outdoors and stuff. And the way I used to start a fire, lighter fluid on a log and light it. No, that isn't how you... So now it's all about preparing the fire. And it's a survival thing, because there's all different reasons why you should know how... Well, first of all, it's important to know how to start a fire, why it's important. You know, I have like 10, 12 reasons, but you start a fire to warm up, to signal for help, to keep animals away, to keep bugs away, to dry out your clothes, to purify water, to make coffee, to cook food. So many reasons you can survive if you start a fire. So I have a lighter and a ferro rod in my pocket at all times. I never go anywhere without it. Besides, I have lighters and ferro rods and fire kits in my packs and all. This is so important, fire and water. And so, like my daughter Dandy, I gave her a backpack. If you're watching, Angel, hi, or any of our kids or grandkids, love you all. But she wants to learn how to use a ferro rod. And like, so to me, it's all about preparing. So you need some tinder. You need some like birch bark, dryer lint is a good tinder, cotton balls, wax. There's all kinds of tinders. You can make fire starters and all this. You need something to start the fire, some tinder. And then just small little sticks. Tiny little dry sticks, and then you need some split logs, some small split logs, and then some bigger split logs, and you have to have all that prepared. And then so you get you can make like a little, call it a bird's nest, like dry grass and twigs and some birch bark, and get it in a ball, and then you have the twigs and the larger split wood ready, have all that ready. And then you take your ferro rod, and like I got one right here. There's all different ones you can get, cheap ones, expensive ones, and
just don't catch anything on fire.
So this is it. This is you have that, and then you have this. It goes like that. Ah, the truck's on fire. No, and so here's what you do. You have all that prepared, and if you have it prepared, my challenge is always to start a fire on one spark, and I can do it. Not always, but. You get a spark going and you start a fire, and it's such a rewarding thing, and it's a good thing to learn. Boy, I went on a tangent on that one.
But it's fun. So he's helped me. He got me a backpack and filled it with all this stuff, and I end up using some of mine because one time I left it and we had beef jerky and it kind of was growing things, so that's probably not a good thing. So trying to make sure it's fresh stuff, but yeah.
Well, and I have videos on that. Actually, I did one just a couple weeks ago of survival kits, and I started with big backpacks to small ones, just to have something. Anytime you go on a hike, anywhere, be prepared. You should have things in your pocket, but also I always have pocket knife, ferro rod, knife, bandana, flashlight. I always have that on me, but I always have a backpack or a fanny pack or waist pack. I don't wear them on my fannies, so I don't call them a fanny pack. But be prepared. Okay, I think we got a couple other things here. Okay, we'll shoot for 2.5 hours. So we're gonna try to be done by 8:30. Does that sound good? Because we're having fun here. This is wonderful. Thank you all so much for being with us. Sheila, we love our percolator. Okay, yeah. Oh, I think they're the best. Frankie says, that is the video that got me watching you. Then God told me I need to get to know you, and it has become awesome friendship and brotherhood. Amen, brother. I agree, Frankie. Robert says, I like 2 videos a week. Okay. It would hurt my feelings if you make a video every day.
Would or wouldn't? I think he meant would.
I think, yeah. Well, again, so I work 70, 80 hours a week. I don't make any money on YouTube. Not yet, anyway, maybe someday. But I enjoy making videos, but again, I'm just trying to slow down a little bit. But we look forward to your videos, 3 a week. Well, here's the thing. On my phone, I have about 150 ideas. So if you have video ideas, please what do you want to see? What would you like me to do? Let me know. And I'll try to get back to doing 2. I mean, I have so many ideas. I just got to take time and do them. And also, y'all know I don't like summer because of the heat and the bugs, so I don't go hiking or go outside much. But as it cools off, I'll be doing hiking, adventure videos, and doing stuff, cooking outside, coffee, canteen cup things.
I think what's fun is like So sometimes if you like turn it on and let it videotape where you're going, and like the Tetons or whatever, just kind of
Yeah, I do that every
videotape
once in a while.
through
I
it.
should do that more.
Yeah, because a lot of people like to see where you go because they might not get to go there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I should do that more. Sheila says, I love it when you have your camera on while driving. Yeah, I'll do that more. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I can do some, you know what I should do sometime is do video clips of every state on a trip and then put it all together. Could do that. So there's a few of you here right now. Let me know, I'm just curious, what is your favorite? I know you can say you like all my videos, but what is your favorite thing to watch on my channel? Do you enjoy woodworking, outdoor adventures, cooking, coffee, music, roadside attractions, family stuff, ministry? I got so many, a plethora of different things. What do you like the best?
Frankie said he forgot to show you his backpack when you came to visit.
Oh, you got a new backpack? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to see it next time I'm there. We think alike, Marilyn. You take us to places we'll never see. Yeah, so tomorrow, just give you guys a heads up. So we're going to Oregon. So we're going to go from Decatur, we'll go through Illinois, across Missouri, maybe through the corner of Kansas, not sure. We're going to go all the way across Nebraska, all the way across Wyoming, then up through Idaho, and then across Oregon. So tomorrow we're going to be on the back roads of Missouri. That might be interesting. Then it's going to be interstate mostly. We're going to take US 20 from Ontario, Oregon to, ooh, look at the old the T-Bird over there, newer T-Bird actually. Sorry, squirrel. It's like, hey, that's a flippy floppy one. No, anyway.
Brian enjoys your hiking videos.
So, I'm glad. I love doing them.
Maybe you guys should go hiking together sometime.
Anytime you go hiking, I love it. It's great exercise. And here's the thing, I don't got to go 20 miles. The little trail around Grove Lake is wonderful. Youngstrom Woods, I love hiking, and I love when we hike together. Otherwise, I don't have a lot of people that like to hike. I like hiking by myself too, but anytime you want to go, if you want to go sometime, I love hiking. I love putting my pack on, and yeah, hopefully we'll get a hike this week. But
yeah, I'm not very.
So we'll be on US 20, and it goes over the Cascades, so that'll be a pretty drive. So maybe we'll have to do that. Boy, sometimes I go.
No, not at all.
This is wonderful. This is wonderful. This is what I like. Why I like doing live streams, when people show up and ask questions and we talk back and forth. Yes, call Brian for a hike. Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, because
that would be so fun.
I'm very, very slow, and I have to have pretty much flat, and so and I don't have very much stamina. So it's nice when he can have somebody to go with that's a little bit more. He and Pastor Aaron go
every once in a while. Yeah.
Grove Lake sometimes.
Yep, we did that a couple times, and went to Youngstrom, and I love hiking. Someday it would be fun to go on a 5 or 10 mile hike, or maybe do an overnight camping. I would love to hike all the Superior Hiking Trail. It's like 300 miles on the North Shore. I told my son.
You did the 5-hour one. 5 mile.
5 mile, yeah. Sibley State Park.
Yeah,
that's the farthest I've ever done. It'd be cool to do the Appalachian Trail, or the Continental Divide Trail, or the Pacific Crest Trail. A couple thousand miles. I don't think I'd ever do that, but I don't want to be home that much. But I love the short hikes. Marilyn, we can get together to visit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or we can go
wonderful.
on little walks. I can do a half mile. That's kind of.
That would be great. Yeah. So I'm starting to wind down.
And I'm tired.
Yeah. So
we're gonna the bags.
We're gonna get ready to call it a 2 hour and 15-minute live stream.
he swore it was gonna. He swore it was going to be an hour, and I said, "Oh no, you never do an hour." Oh yes, it's gonna be hour and a half tops. And I'm going, I have 20 questions.
Yeah.
You're going to answer them.
I have
No,
a
it's
bunch
going to
of-
be
oh
more
my
than an
goodness.
hour. We should have bet something.
Well, this is what I usually do when it's getting close to the end. Not the end. We got a few minutes left, but it's getting close to the end when I take off the do-rag and show off my wonderful do.
So do I have to take it off?
Yeah. No, you don't have to. You don't. Yeah, this has been fun. Thank you all for being with us in the live stream. And thank you everybody who will watch it after, watch the replay. Please comment. You know, I'll try to do a live stream every week if I can think of fun topics. And if everybody wants it, just let me know. I'll try to do more videos again. I really appreciate you all. Hey Marty, I love watching your video. If you ever broke down in what? Shrewsbury, instead of me giving you a ride to a hotel in Dubuque, you can stay at my place. Huh?
Who's that?
I don't know. Oh, oh my goodness, you're the guy from the Freightliner who gave me a ride. Okay, sounds great. How are you doing? You need to watch the replay to see the whole thing. But yeah, that's the guy who gave me a ride.
Okay.
Okay, I'm like, who? What are you talking about? Who is it? Oh my goodness. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. That sounds good. This has been fun. I just wanted to thank everybody who's watched my videos through the years. Again, I have over 600 videos, all different adventures. Please go watch them all. And I'll keep making videos. I know some of you have been watching. I can't even talk. Oh, you wascal wabbit. I'm getting tired. But some of you have been watching since 2013, 2014. Some of you are newer. I'm thankful to all of you. Again, I do have some merchandise if you want Marty's Ramblings things. Kind of weird, but check it out if you want.
The wiki.
What did I? Yeah, I'm like.
When I'm tired, I laugh easy.
I know. You gotta love it. Oh.
Anyway, that's one thing that you have helped me with so much is learning to laugh.
Lighten up and live. And I don't have a final quote, but I just pray that you could all give God a chance and that Jesus is real in your life and that just live life fully in the midst of all the hard things in life. I've had so many struggles and trials in life, and I still do. So many things. But I have so many blessings too, and God is so good and real and alive, and just try to live life fully every day and just take time to smile, help other people to smile too. And yeah, that's I'm running out of words, so I think that's our final quote.
And thank you, Sheila and Brian, for ordering that stuff. That was cool.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I actually,
Yes.
I forgot my my coffee cup thingy, so I don't have a coffee cup in here. And I said, I should have a Marty's Ramblings coffee.
Yeah, I want to get it. They have you can get a big, but there's sweatshirts and hats and mugs, and we get pennies if you order some. But more than anything, you can wear Marty's Ramblings. You know, I know it's silly, but yeah. What Frankie says, when you are driving, I enjoy it when you turn the camera around and show the road and you talk where you're at. Sheila, we love the stuff we ordered. Amen. Thank you so much. I'll do that. I'll do more driving down the road videos too, because I got a new mount for my camera. As long as there's not bugs on the windshield.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we're gonna end it for now. We could probably go on for an hour, and we still got 5 people on here. It's wonderful.
I'm so tired.
But love you all. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. See you.
And yeah, probably within the next couple days, you'll see a video pop up, see what God does and what He brings, and yeah.
And
thank you so much
thank
for
you
all
for the
of
birthday
you.
wishes, everyone.
Yes. Everybody have a wonderful day and night, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Good night.